What's up, YouTube? It is your boy JB, and we are here today with the review for The Real Housewives of Potomac, the reunion part 3. It is a wrap, you guys. Thank God this season has drove me crazy. We're gonna probably be here for a minute with this review, so I hope you guys grab a snack, grab a drink, whatever you're gonna grab, because I already have me a drink in hand right about now, because I need it after this season. This is a Corona Light, something that Ashley Darby drinks. I can't believe we like the same beer, Coronas. I like Coronas, Dos Equis, I like whatever beer, almost. All right, you guys. Before we get into this review, now I do want to mention something that I did see on the blogs before I came in here to do this review. I actually saw this a few days ago. I saw the fact that Monique said that she got her contract already. I saw that Wendy said she got her contract, although Media Takeout is saying that she didn't get her contract. But then before I came on camera, Monique actually, she had premiered her video for her song Drag Queens. I didn't watch it, but I do know that she said on her live somewhere, I don't know if it was Instagram or YouTube, which one, but she did say that she is not returning to season 6 of Real Housewives of Potomac. So I know that some of you guys out there are very happy about that. I am indifferent. I don't really care one way or the other. So you guys, without further ado, sit back and let's talk about part 3 of the Real Housewives of Potomac reunion. All right, you guys. So the reunion, it picked up where we ended. You guys remember, Candace left off stage and she was crying about the situation with Monique. So she went backstage, she was getting her makeup redone, and she was talking to Chris Bassett. Now, I will say, for me, this is just my opinion, when it comes down to Monique on the stage, she seemed nonchalant. Now, I'm not saying that I wanted Monique to cry or anything, and that's not what I wanted. But if you are sorry, or if you just feel like, damn, I could have approached that situation differently, then you could have said that. But I'm not saying that the girl needs to be on the stage boo-hoo crying like Candace is, because, you know, people have different reactions and different emotions. So I'm not saying that Monique should have been on stage crying, but she could have at least said, hey, you know, that happened a year ago. I don't feel what I felt then. Excuse me, y'all, by the way. I don't feel what I felt then, but Candace, looking back on it, you didn't deserve what happened to you. I wish if I can go back, I would, you know, do things differently, X, Y, Z. So, you know, Candace then came back out. So Monique says that, you know, the moment at the winery took her back to a childhood trauma. Now, I'm not going to take away from anybody who says that they have any kind of childhood trauma. And she says that the childhood trauma was from her dad. I think she said he put his finger right here in her face. And as a kid, you can't really defend yourself against an adult or someone that's bigger than you. So I'm not going to sit here and take away from what Monique is saying. If Monique said that she had childhood trauma, I'm not here to say boo, cat, dog, shit, none of that. I'm not going to take away from it. I just question Monique, because I was thinking about this last week, even before I saw this, you know, even before this part of the reunion aired. The thing that's troubling me with Monique is, so, you know, I even tweeted this. I feel like Monique, with this situation with Candace, I feel like she went after what she perceived to be the weakest link, which would be Candace. And I'm going to explain to you guys why I feel this way. And somebody actually even tweeted it. And I retweeted it. If you guys want to go follow me on Twitter, my Twitter is Jbsayzwhat1. So the issue that I really have with Monique, I'm not taking away from the fact that she says she's triggered by something. I'm not going to take that away from her. The issue that I have is with Monique. I don't remember if this, I think I was reviewing the show when this happened. I think this happened season 3 when Candace first came on, when she and Robin got into the altercation and she told Robin, to step, get on her face, and Robin, walked up to her, got on her face, and that's when Monique put that umbrella to Robin's neck. So what I'm saying is, if she was triggered if she was triggered by Candace, who really wasn't doing a whole lot, Candace was twirling around, it was Giselle who put her hands on you, not Candace. So if you really, if you were, I'm not saying that she doesn't have triggers. What I'm just saying is, why didn't you come at Robin the same way that you did Candace? And people, I see people saying those are different situations. To me, they're not different situations. To me, they're not similar, but they're definitely not. They're not similar, but they're not different. Too different. Because if Monique is saying that Candace having her hand on her face was a trigger, why wasn't Robin being like this close to you not a trigger as well? Is my question. That's my question. And I saw people saying, but Robin's hands are to her side. But Monique did say, step to her and see what would happen. She put the umbrella to her neck at that point. But that's the question that I have. What was the difference for her? Excuse me again, yeah. But like I said, I know people are defending her. I'm not defending it. I just want to know what was the difference. Because number one, I don't want nobody putting their hand in my face. Number two, I don't want nobody stepping all up in my personal space. If you step in my personal space, I'm going to back you up. If you put your hands in my face, I'm going to back you up. Either way I go, I'm going to back your ass up. So I just want to know what the difference is. If you guys know what the difference is, leave it in the comment section below. So then they also do talk about the fact that, the information about the fight was leaked to the blogs. Now, Monique says that she didn't leak the information to the blogs. And this is also similar to the situation that happened at the season 2 reunion with Robin. You guys remember, which that shit got on my nerves that season, when Robin was fanning herself, and Robin was just talking about the fact that, one of Monique's fan pages, I forgot what the meme was, but they made a meme of Robin, and Monique said it wasn't her, but I think it was her brother or her cousin, one of the two. I can't remember. So Monique said that she told her family and she told some friends, but she knew who leaked the information to the blogs. So you didn't directly give the information to the blogs, but you gave it to somebody who you knew, and I'm pretty sure you had an inclination that they would run and tell the information to the blogs. So I'm not going to give Monique a pass on that one, because at the end of the day, you might not have personally leaked the information to the blogs, but you told someone who did end up leaking said information to the blog. So I can't give you a pass on that one. All right, so next, Andy. Andy asked Ashley, was it easy for her to write the statement against Candace? 100% it was. That was, a retribution, get back at Candace. So the one thing that I will say, this friendship between Monique and Ashley, it's a confusing one for me. So here's another issue that I have with Monique. This is another issue I have with her. I get it. It's the Christian way to forgive people. It is the Christian way. I get that 100%. I even did put this comment on Rox's comments last week. What's the difference between Ashley and these girls? Ashley's season 5? No, season 3. We're on season 5. Ashley, season 3, accused Monique of getting into a car accident being drunk. That could have had really bad ramifications. Like Monique, if someone really saw that, if someone saw that and saw that Ashley was like, okay, Monique and I went out to a bar, we had a few drinks, Monique got behind the wheel of her car and drove and crashed. That could have been so detrimental to she and her family. If someone actually saw that and be like, oh my God, did y'all hear? Monique Samuel got behind the wheel of her car and she was drinking. Oh my God, what if her kids were in that car? Oh my God. Or it could have been a game of telephone. You guys know the game of telephone. You know, if you tell somebody, you sit in a circle, you tell people something, and it goes around and it gets misconstrued. So it could have been like, oh my God, Monique got in a car accident. She was drunk and her kids were in the car. And then you would have a CPS case. And I know somebody in the comments was like, well, Ashley apologized, but these girls didn't. I don't give one damn, two fucks or three shits if she apologized about the shit. I wouldn't have forgiven her. I would not have forgiven her. That is an attack. That is character assassination. No, would not have forgiven Ashley. So miss me with that shit. Um. Oh, how did I miss? Okay, so I went ahead of myself. Oh, I went deeper because at the first half she was just talking about the childhood trauma, and then she talked about her dad putting his, checking her by putting his finger. Okay, got there. So, so Monique does apologize to Candace, and she says that um, she says that the fight was not about her, and that's been the whole thing this whole entire season. So she said that the fight was not about Charisse. She said that the fight was not about the rumor. What? I still don't understand what got to that point that you felt the need to put hands on this girl. Because I feel like this whole entire season, Monique was itching. I'm going to be honest with you guys. Monique was itching for a fight with Candace. Because every time they got into an argument, Candace would walk away, at her lake house. I just feel like at some point it was gonna happen regardless of when it happened. It was gonna happen, and Candace said the same thing as well. So she does apologize to Candace, and honestly, I am on Candace's side about not being receptive to accepting the apology. So the reason that Candace is not 100% receptive to answering this, accepting the apology, is because one, it's been a full year. Two, Monique has been on social media doing her, saying her things. She has talked to different vloggers, whatever, and she's also made that song "Drag Queens," which anybody in their right mind know that song is about Candace. But Monique says it's not about Candace, and then she also says that, whew, got to take a breath. She also says that her therapist told her that she should write Candace a letter. Excuse me, y'all, didn't mean to burp in your face again. She said that her therapist said that she should write Candace a letter, but she said that that's not really how she, puts her frustrations or whatever out. So she decided. So her therapist said, "So what do you do?" And Monique says, "Well, before she had the kids, she would put it in a rap." Okay, I would give it to her. Cool. You might not be the one to want to write a letter to the girl, but a rap? And then the lyrics. Let's see what the lyrics say. Because Candace recited some of the lyrics, but I'm going to be honest with you guys. At this point, I am tired of this show and these women. So there are times that I tuned out. Drag Queens, Monique Samuels. Let's see if we can find the lyrics. Oh, Hazel? That's the name of her alt. Okay. No judgment. No judgment. Bitch, I want the lyrics. Where are the lyrics? Oh, this is bullshit. Maybe I should have done this before. Lyrics. Drag. Samuels. Oh no, I don't want to listen to them. I don't want y'all to play it. I don't want to buy it. I don't want to watch the video. What the fuck? I wrote you guys, so I can't find the lyrics, so whatever. But the lyrics were definitely about Candace. She also did at one point try to say that the song was about bullies. I mean, okay, I guess so. If you want to say whatever you want to say, Monique, who am I to judge? But let's move on. All right, you guys, and next we move over to Karen. Honestly, it's not much for me to say with Karen, besides the fact that Karen lied unnecessarily. Like, I don't get people who lie unnecessarily. I honestly don't get people who lie in general. I don't I don't go with that philosophy of lying. I'm just not that type of person. I'm not gonna sit here and tell you guys that I don't lie. I'm going to tell you guys I don't feel the need to make up a lie. I would rather tell you the truth, no matter how bad or ugly that truth is. Period. I would rather tell you the truth. Like, I have two instances where, one, I was telling the truth the entire time, but then my guidance counselor in elementary school forced me to lie on myself. Like, I mean, she literally sat there and just made me lie on myself. And my mother was pissed off at me. She was like, "Why did you lie?" I'm like, she wasn't gonna let up on me. She was like, "Well, you should have continued to tell her the truth no matter what." I'm like, "But Mama, I didn't want to sit there for the whole school," because we had actually sat there for about a whole hour. Actually, no, it was 2 hours. We sat there for 2 hours. She kept asking me to tell the story about what happened. So what happened is, in fourth grade, two of my friends, when I got to school, they were wrestling in the classroom, and they bumped into a bookshelf. And the bookshelf fell on this side of my arm. I wonder if I still have the scratch on, because it was a deep scratch. No, I don't have it no more. It's not there. So the bookshelf fell on this arm, and I was holding it up, and it was a plant that fell on me too, and I got wet. So I pushed the bookshelf back up. I was getting ready to put my backpack up, but I didn't get to do that. So when I pushed the bookshelf up, I put the backpack on my desk. So I told her the story about what happened. Story never changed. It stayed the same the entire time. But she was like, "Well, I have a witness that says that they saw you doing it." I'm like, "No, you don't." I'm like, "I'm telling you what happened." And I'm like, I even showed her, I'm like, "I'm bleeding from a bookshelf hitting me." But yeah, we went for 2 hours until I finally just said, "You know what? You right. I did it," which I didn't do it. And then my mom later told me that, a few months down the line, my mom told me, that the person that she said was the witness came forward and told her that she was lying, that you were not anywhere involved in it. And I never got an apology from the teacher, but fuck her, don't care. And then another situation, like, I was in the 6th grade. I will never forget this. I was outside with my friends, having a good time with them, cussing up a storm, and my principal heard me. He pulled me over to him, asked me what did I say. I repeated verbatim to him, and he suspended me. He said, "Okay, we're gonna wait for your mom to get here." So when she got there, he told her that I was suspended, and he told her, he heard me cussing. And he said, "Do you know he actually repeated it to me?" She said, "I'm not surprised." She says, "If you do ask him what he said, he has no problem repeating it." And that's just how I've always been. So I don't get Karen, like, and you're on camera, I'm not. Why lie? And, Andy asked the question of Karen, who all believes that Karen is on Monique's side? So Ashley raised her hand, and so did Candace. And I even actually raised my hand, because at this point I had been trying to stand up for Karen, and I wanted to say that Karen was in the middle. But watching this entire season, I cannot say that Karen was in the middle. I felt like Karen was solely on Monique's side. Now, Monique says that, she and Karen had conversations on and off camera. I'm not gonna say that that's not true, but on camera, yes. Now, when you guys had that meeting, Karen did, come at you. She did tell you were wrong for what you did. But the rest of the season, you could clearly, visibly see that Karen sided with Monique. Um, what else happened? So, I'm really tired of this damn fight situation because here's the funny thing to me. So, if you guys listened, Karen was telling what happened in the fight, although she was saying that it was simultaneous. That Monique flipped Candace's hair, Candace grabbed her jacket, Monique grabbed her hair, Candace had the glass, and they fought. But if you guys listen, Candace said the exact same thing. And Monique says that, that's not actually what happened. I'm like, but you didn't say that when Karen said it. So whatever. So Candace also mentions the fact that she texts Karen about the fact that Karen was trying to insinuate that Robin and Giselle were, had something to do with the fight. Altercation, because it wasn't a fight, the altercation. And I saw some people on Twitter trying to say, yeah, you can't tell me that Robin and Giselle went behind this. I'm like, did y'all not see the same show that I saw? Robin and Giselle had nothing to do with this altercation. Y'all do know it was Ashley that was behind this. Y'all do know Ashley lit the flame with this altercation and she walked away. And if you ask me, well, what did Ashley do? Do y'all not remember Ashley asking Candace and Monique what was the status of their relationship? And that sparked the whole argument with them. And Ashley walked away to the bathroom. Ashley started that fight. So let's place blame on Ashley, because Ashley was being messy as fuck. Now, Candace said that, Karen went to Bravo because she said that she felt, like she was threatened by Candace. Whew. Now, I'm going to use this one with Candace text to Karen. She told her to burn in eternal hell. I mean, that's a bit harsh, but damn. The girl, I'm going to have to give it to the girl. She has a way with words. Now, I don't know how Karen took that as a threat to burn it in eternal hell. Eternal hell. That means if they even put the fire out in hell, that bitch gonna light back up with you. But Karen is talking about the fact that, she says in their contract, it says that they will offer them, a therapist. So that's what Karen wanted to do, was to get Candace some help. Do I believe that? Nope, I really don't. Really don't believe it. This is going to be a long ass review. This is going to be a long, lengthy review. Goddamn. And oh no. Oh God, and I'm not even halfway through with my notes. This is going to be a long ass review. All right, you guys, let's move on. All right, you guys, next up, the men joined the reunion. Now, when Chris Samuel was on his way out there, Chris was already on one. He was ready to address everything from the jump. Because Andy was asking about that, that 10-part series that about Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen and all of them. Chris wanted to get right to to what he wanted to talk about, this rumor. Let me take a swig of this here shit, and then we'll talk about that in just a second. All right, the rumor. Actually, let's pause before we get to the rumor. So Andy is going around talking to the men. He talks to Eddie about his family. I didn't realize that it had been 10 years since Eddie had, talked to his family. Maybe they mentioned it. I don't know. That's fucked up. The fact that they have 3 grandchildren and they still have not even reached out, that is sad and fucked up with the family. Oh shit, yeah, excuse me. So then we talked to Ray about him and Karen. Ray says that, when it comes down to he and Karen, when they were talking about the status of their relationship, him loving her, he says it's not a question of do I love her, because I do love her. He says the question was, are you in love with her? And Ray says, no, I'm not in love with her the way I was 25 years ago. And I do understand that. Over time, you're not going to be like madly and passionately in love with the person, but you're still going to love them unconditionally. So I understood where Ray was coming from. Andy asked Ray what did he think about Karen saying that she wanted her money back. He said he got a good laugh out of it, and he was like, "Good luck getting it back," because Ray has says he's done so much for Karen. She didn't work, she had a stipend, she had credit cards that she didn't pay, so she was spoiled basically. Have I got everybody? So then we talk about Chris Bassett. So, Andy asked how was Chris Bassett enjoying being out of Dorothy's house. He's loving it. He and Candace are having sex all over the house, I guess. And then we move over to Chris. Andy asked him about the thing at the lake house with Chris with the big bottle. He says it was a joke. Monique understood it. But if anybody was offended, he apologized to them. Let's see. So then Andy makes notice that Giselle has security off to the side because of what Chris has said. I mentioned this in last week's review, and they played it. I did not expect for them to play it because they don't typically play things that happen off camera at reunions, but they played this one, and they played the whole clip. And on social media, I saw people attacking Giselle for having the security. Do I think she was being a little bit extra? Just a little bit. But I saw people attacking her. There were very few people who made mention to the comments that Chris made about the fact that he wishes he was Bruce Jenner so that way he could slap them tricks. And I said it in the last week's review, and I'm gonna repeat it once more. Bruce Jenner that's not her name. Her name is Caitlyn Jenner. She is a trans woman. Giselle, Robin, Candace, they are, I think the correct term is cis women. Correct me in the comment section if I'm wrong. They're cis women. So a trans woman should not be hitting a cis woman because at the end of the day, the cis woman is biologically a woman. I'm not saying that the trans woman is not a woman. She is a woman, but she was born male, so she still has the physical strength of a man. So that would still be almost similar to a man fighting a woman because the trans woman still has the strength. I don't care what you can't take away her strength. She still has the physical strength of a man. And I'm not, coming down on my trans women. I love my trans women. I'm not coming down on you ladies. I'm just stating the fact that a trans woman, I would feel some type of way if a trans woman fought a cis woman. I would feel some type of way because I'd be like, you still physically are strong. You're still physically stronger than that woman. Like I would feel some type of way if it was a trans woman fighting a woman who body builds for a living. You're still stronger than her. You're still stronger than that woman. But his whole comment was just inappropriate. He apologizes about his comment. So then at this point, it was just a back and forth on that stage, which drove me batshit crazy. So Chris Bassett was talking to Chris Samuels, and Monique was talking. They were all talking over each other at this point. And Chris Bassett made a mention to the fact, because Chris was talking about it's not right to talk about the kids, leave the kids out of this. I agree with that. But Chris Bassett was like, but y'all have a blogger that talks shit about my kids. And Monique was like, well, what does that have to do with us? I'm like, now I don't know anything about this blogger that Chris is talking about. I do know that there was a blogger, and you guys can correct me and let me know if this is right. There was a blogger that Monique was friends with that just recently passed away. And I know Candace said some, disgusting things to him, truly disgusting things to him. I don't agree with what she said to him, but is this the blogger that they're talking about that says stuff about Chris's kids? Let me know in the comment section, because I don't keep outside of this show. I don't I mean, I follow Monique, I follow Candace, and I follow Karen on Instagram, but I don't watch any, if they go live, I don't watch them, so I don't know what's going on, so I just let me know. I don't keep up with them, I don't care to. Only way I will know what's going on with these girls if Richie Sky, if he posts something, I'll watch it. And even when it's come to him with Potomac, because I'm so sick of Potomac at this point, I don't. If he has a video that's talking about Potomac or even Atlanta, I don't watch them because these two shows, Atlanta and Potomac, they neck and neck at getting on my nerves. They neck and neck. Because with Atlanta, I get sick of seeing shit about Kenya talking about Portia, vice versa. I'm sick of it. And I'm sick of the shit over here with Potomac, and I'm just sick of all of it at this point. I'm so glad that this is the final part of season 5's reunion. God, I'm so, like, this season has been, oh God, I really understand what people felt like. Season 9 of Real Housewives of Atlanta with Rapegate, I see what people felt like with that frustration. And then it was a 4-part reunion. I'm so thankful that this is just 3 parts. This is frustrating as hell. So yeah, at this point, Candace, Chris Bassett, Chris Samuels, and Monique, they just yelling at one another. And it's just like, oh my God, will y'all just shut the fuck up? Every one of you shut the fuck up, because all of y'all are getting on my fucking nerves at this point. Let's move on. All right, you guys. So we're still talking about this rumor. Like I said in last week's review, I'm not saying that the rumor is true, but why are we, if it's a rumor and it's not true, why are we investing so much into it? If I hear a rumor about myself that is not true, I don't pay it. I pay it dust. I pay it dust. That's why I feel, I'm not saying, and again, I'm not saying that Monique I'm not saying that she had sex with the trainer. I'm not saying anything about the trainer. I'm just saying maybe the lines were crossed at some point with Monique and the trainer. I'm not saying that I'm not saying that they had a sexual relationship, anything of that nature. But I am saying maybe there is some validity to it. I don't know. I don't care. But the problem that I have with this whole situation with the trainer is, why are we not going after the alleged person who put this information in the streets to begin with it? Gigi. Why are we not going after Gigi? I'm not understanding that. I get it. Gigi's not on this show, but why are we not going after Gigi? That's where I'm stuck at. Gigi is just like, I mean, it's just like, oh, Giselle mentioned it. Oh, Robin mentioned it. Oh, Candace mentioned it. Oh, Sharice mentioned it. Actually, we're not even really talking about Sharice. Why are we not going? I just don't understand it. Because even the lives that they did, they never addressed, not to my knowledge, because like I said in last week's review, I stopped watching the live, so I can't tell you guys if Monique ever went after Gigi. But from what I do know, the little bit that I do know, I don't think that Monique ever went after Gigi. So, God, I'm tired of this show. Breathe. Why do we not go after? That's my only question. Why didn't we go after Gigi? I'm still stuck on the fact of, if it's a rumor, why are we giving it the time of day? Yes, Giselle brought up the comment about the trainer. That's all she did. If you guys can't tell, I'm frustrated right now. I'm frustrated because I'm tired of this. This is stupid to me. Talk about the trainer. Let that be. Like I said, I feel like I'm not saying it again. I'm not saying that any of it is true. That she slept with the trainer, that she got pregnant by the train. I'm not saying any of that. And actually, if I'm not mistaken, the rumor wasn't that Chase wasn't his son. I thought the rumor was that the rainbow baby wasn't Chris's. That she allegedly, this is alleged because I don't know this is true, that she allegedly had an abortion and she didn't have a miscarriage. I thought that was the rumor. But whatever. So Chris asked the ladies, have they said anything about it on camera? Robin says no. Candace says no. He goes to Giselle. He asks Giselle, did she say it? She tells him to stop fucking talking to her. I'm like, oh my God. Now Giselle, now I remember in last week's, not my review, but I was looking at, the comment section, not the comment section, but I was looking at Twitter. I don't know why I said Twitter like that. I was looking at Twitter and a lot of people were like, when Monique was telling what happened in the altercation with Candace, Bravo happened to show what happened in that altercation. And my good sister Roxanne, you guys, I hope you guys told her happy birthday. Her birthday was, well, it's 2 a.m., so it's the 28th. Her birthday was Saturday, so I hope you guys told Rox happy birthday, and I hope my sister had a great birthday. Looks like she did on her from her IG. But Rox even said in her video last week that she felt like Monique studied that footage to know, scene by scene what happened. I happen to agree with Rox. I completely agree with Rox for that one. With that one. So if y'all want to say, what Monique was saying, boom, producers proved it. Well, y'all got to say the same thing for Giselle, because Giselle said that she never mentioned it on camera, which she did in her interview. And somebody was like, but she said in her interview, y'all do realize those interviews are post-season, right? I hope people do know that those interviews are post-season. Like they're after they filmed they're not necessarily after they filmed the show. They filmed them a few months after they filmed certain scenes. They film months after the scenes have aired, after the scenes have been filmed. Or months or weeks. Sometimes it's weeks, sometimes it's months. But so those interviews are interviews, confessionals. Those are not the same day that the shit happens. So she said before they went to Newburgh this season that when she went over to Monique and Chris's house, that Chris said to her, "He looks like his daddy, though, huh?" And they showed the clip of him saying that to her. And Giselle was like, yes. Who else would he look like? And you could tell them Giselle was like, whoa, where did that come from? And then they show her 8 days later talking to Robin saying, that just caught her off guard because she said she felt like that was part of their story bringing this up. So, I mean, technically, Monique and Chris did bring this on the show. He might have been joking about it, but why would you even say something like that? Again, if there are rumors, just let a rumor die. If it's a rumor out there, eventually rumors they die, unless there is some validity to the rumor. If the rumor then becomes a fact, it ain't gonna die. But if it's a rumor, eventually it'll die. People will stop talking about it and move on with their lives to the next rumor. All right, you guys. So I'm gonna pause here, and we are going to get ready to wrap up the reunion. This shit is long as fuck. I already know that. All right, you guys. I have almost finished this Corona, and I've almost finished with the review. Now, the rest of the stuff, I think it'll be easy to get through. Yeah, it's easy. It's light. Next, we talk about Robin and Juan. I will say Robin's ring is very pretty. So they talk about the wedding. She says she wants to have a small destination wedding. Well, if you want to have a destination wedding, you ain't having it in 2021. I can tell you that much, because I don't think COVID is going to be gone. She also tells us that, she and Juan are in the process of building their own home. Congratulations to them on that. Now, she says her hat business is doing good. I'm like, really? Girl, bullshit, but whatever. So then Robin once again gives some bullshit ass excuse about Karen and her photo. So she says that she felt like Karen didn't want to be there, and Karen's like, girl, I'm not gonna take time out of my day to come do something that I don't want to do. And I'm like, exactly. Filming for a show or not, if I don't want to come to a scene, I'm not gonna come. I'm gonna be like, I'm sick. The fuck? Robin's, they talk about the photos, and Karen made mention of the same thing that I said in a few weeks ago in one of my reviews, because I was looking at the website while I was reviewing it. The women's photos were not there, but you do have to go and look for the women's photos, and you will find them. So then they talk about her taxes. Robin says that her taxes is a handle. So Andy calls her on her, actually I think it was a viewer that called on her bullshit about, coming at Karen. She says, well, her thing with Karen was how did she didn't believe that Karen did not know about her taxes. I'm like, says the same person who said that Robin, just say, girl, just say I was a pot calling the kettle black. That's all you got to say, because you are full of shit. So then they just talk about Michael Darby. So, the fact that, Michael was saying that, he didn't think that Juan was going to propose to Robin. Ashley gave the bullshit excuse that, Michael felt that, Juan was happy with their relationship the way it was. Who gives a fuck? We know what Michael wants. Michael wants Juan's penis. That's all it is. That is all it is. Robin says that when, she saw the episode, she called Juan and asked Juan, like, what the fuck is Michael talking about? He told her he did not know what he was talking about. At this point, Andy was asking the guys how they felt about, the engagement, and he asked Chris Samuels about it. And what did Chris Samuels bring up? The fact that, when Chase gets 15 years old, Chase is gonna have to watch this and see this, what the women have said. I'm like, Chris, I get it. He's upset. I'm not gonna take away from him being upset, but Chris, his paternity wasn't brought into question on the show, so he's gonna watch the reunion and see it be brought up. But throughout the whole season, his paternity was never brought up. Actually, he's gonna see his paternity brought up on social media if those lives are still around. And I know many people, talked about those lives on YouTube, so he'll be able to see the lives that you guys did. But it wasn't mentioned on this show. So then, Andy asked Karen about her comment about Juan. She says that, she talked to Ray before coming to the reunion, and she was going to say something, but Ray told her not to. I'm like, I don't think Karen was going to say anything, but whatever. She does tell Robin, however, to keep Ray's name out of her mouth. So then we move over to discuss, the party, Robin's engagement party. So, Chris says that he doesn't like men disrespecting women, which I agree with that. I don't like a man disrespecting a woman either. Chris feels that, instead of, the way that Michael approached him, he could have pulled him to the side or anything like that and been more respectful about the situation. And then number two, let's keep it real. In that situation, Candace was not going off on Ashley. She was going off on Karen. So if anybody felt should have jumped into that situation and said something to Juan, it should have been Ray. But Ray knows his wife can handle her own and let the women deal with it. That's one thing I say with the men, stay out of the women's business. Ashley says to Chris that, Michael has been defending himself for years because the ladies have been saying things about him. Who the fuck cares? Your husband makes it easy for people to talk about him. It ain't just the ladies, it's America that talks about your husband. And Michael has a lack of respect for people. That's the issue. And Robin says that the next day Chris called her and apologized, but she still hasn't heard anything from Michael. Whatever. So, so Andy talks to both of the Chris's about their friendship, and it sucks for I know it sucks for the Chris's being in the middle of a situation with their wives, because they had a good friendship with each other. They do say that they hope that Monique and Candace can work the situation out. I don't know if they can or can't. It's up to them if they want to. If they do, they do. If they don't, they don't. Who the fuck cares? Not me. Gotta keep it real with you. I don't give again, what do I say? I don't give one damn. I don't give two shits, and I don't give three fucks. I don't. But I know when the men left, on the stage, Chris and the Chris's, they hugged it out. Ray asked Robin when what's her wedding date, because he and Karen are getting ready to celebrate their 25th anniversary, and he wants to have a vow renewal. Hopefully they don't do it on the show, because we know the history of housewives doing vow renewals. Their marriages tank. So yeah, that's it. They did the final thoughts and they slithered off the stage. And that is a wrap on The Real Housewives of Potomac season 5. It is in the books. Thank God. This season has drove me crazy. And this reunion just drove me to drink. Let's finish this shit before I get off this camera, because I need it after this. Because this has been a hell of a season and a hell of a reunion. All right, you guys. That is it. Excuse me, y'all. So, be sure you guys like this video. Please leave your comments in the comment section below. This week, you guys, I think that I'm going to stay out of the comments. So if you guys want to interact with each other, talk to each other, you guys have at it. I'm staying out this week. I'm not going to be in the comments. If you guys say hi to me, I will say hi. But you guys leave your comments. I will like them. I will heart them. But as far as me commenting, I got to protect my peace this week. I got to protect my peace this week. I really do. So yeah, leave your comments in the comment section below. Subscribe to the channel. Share this video, you guys. And into the next one, you guys, do me a solid favor out there. Stay safe. Take care of yourselves. Remember to wash your hands, wear your mask, and socially distance, you guys. And I'll see you guys later. I know season 6 is getting ready to film in January. We'll review it. We'll be here. But I'll see you guys later. Bye.